Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. I hope you've all been well during this crazy lockdown. I know that I'm slowly losing my mind. I wanted to sit down in my studio today and just create some pretty makeup. Nothing specific, I just wanted to feel a little bit more like myself, just a little bit more dewy, glossy. I'm just feeling so run down and lazy and hopeless. I'm sure a lot of people feel this way. So for today's tutorial, I'm just going to be doing some simple makeup. I'm going to be making sure that my skin looks nice and glossy, maybe just a little bit of color on my eye, maybe throw on a false lash, and then just, feel myself a little bit and see where we go from there. So hope you guys like this tutorial and let me know what you think at the end. Thanks. To prep my skin, I'll be going in with the Revlon Rose Glow Hydrating and Illuminating Primer. Now, this primer you can get from Chemist Warehouse. It's quite affordable, and it's just going to give you a really beautiful luminescent finish on the skin. So underneath that makeup, it's just going to make you look really pretty and really glossy. And you can even use this on the days where you don't want to use any kind of makeup, you just want your skin to shine through and make it look nice. For foundation, I'm going to be using the Huda Beauty Glowish Skin Tint, and this stuff is really amazing. I'm going to be using a little bit of the light medium and the fair light. This stuff gives you a little bit of coverage, but also that really beautiful dew. This is a little bit similar to the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter, but I find that this stuff has a little bit more coverage. So I'm just going to pop it on my face with my finger, and then I'm going to use a brush to really buff in the product. To brighten up my under eyes, I'm going to go in with the Fenty Beauty Bright Fix Eye Brightener. This color is in Crepe, and it's just a really creamy under eye brightener. It's not orange based. This has a little bit of yellow to it, but I'm adding this just under my concealer, just so I can really brighten up that really darkness that I have under my under eye. And I find that this is just super duper creamy. And I find it doesn't necessarily settle into my fine lines and wrinkles because it has that hydrating factor. For concealer, I'll be going in with the Milk Makeup Flex Concealer. I've just tried this one out, and I have to say I really like it because it's quite hydrating, and I find that it doesn't move all so much. It gives me that coverage that I need, but doesn't look cakey. And I'm only putting it in these areas here because I've gone and brightened up my under eye already. And I'm going to be using a soft fluffy brush just to blend that in, because I find that the finish is much more airbrush like. And I find that I can just blend it in super softly with a really soft brush. And then whatever is left over, I can just go in with my damp beauty blender and just get rid of any excess. And you can see just how much it's already brightened up my under eye just by using that eye brightener first, and just a little bit of concealer over the top of that. I'm going to lightly powder just the areas I don't want to look super glossy, and I just want to set a little bit. I'm going to go in with the MAC Medium Plus Mineralized Skin Finish Powder, an old favorite. And I'm just going to be using another fluffy brush just to pop a little bit under the eye, because I really usually don't like setting under the eye, but I find with these two products that I'm using, I have to set just a little bit. I'm going to set my T-zone as well, because I don't like that to look glossy. And I'm also going to set around the areas where I tend to have more pores. So just in these areas here, I will set across just my chin there, and a little bit over my laugh lines because they come through, and just a little bit under my cheekbone. For eyeshadow, I'm going to be starting off with the Tarte In Bloom palette, and I'm going to be using this color called Sweetheart, and I'm just going to be popping that just on the outer portion of my eye, and I'm keeping my eyes open as I do this because I have a fold right there. So it's really important, if you have a little bit of a hooded eye, that you do your makeup, especially your outer portion makeup here with your eyes open, because if you do it with your eyes closed, it's not going to sit the same as it would if you were to open. So I'm doing this eye with my eyes closed, and then when I open it, all that shadow just disappears there. So I'm going to just look right into the mirror and really just focus on that outer point there. And this is only just going to give me a little bit of color and a little bit of definition. Then taking this chocolate color called Rebel, I'm going to be using that just on the outer portion of my eye where I laid down that first color. Again, keeping my eyes open and just really keeping that definition just on that outer portion. And I find that this really just opens up my eye. And I'm just popping that there, and I'm winging it out just at the very ends. And what you can do is just bring that outer corner here just underneath your lash line, and just keep it to the outer portions of your eye area, because this is where you want all of your definition to be, just on this outer portion here. Taking a flatter, more densely packed brush, I'm then going to go in with a color called Leader, which is just a little bit more darker brown. And I'm just going to swipe it just on this outer corner here. And I'm really just making sure I'm light-handed and really not having too much on the top of my brush. And then if I keep it really light-handed, it just blends really nicely. And I'm using a tightly packed brush because I do want to lay a little bit more color in that area. And I don't want it to get fluffy and just kind of move all over the place. That's why I'm using something where I have a little bit more control over. And I'm almost creating like a little tiny sidewards triangle. And I'm really blending it just really nicely. And if you find that you haven't been able to blend it so well, just go back in with that other brush that you were using. And whatever color is left over on that brush, you don't need to clean it. You can just really just blend that out nicely. Just go on ahead and put that darker color just on the bottom part of my lash on the outer corner as well, just to bring all of that color together. I'm then going to go in with the color called Funny Girl, which is this really beautiful champagne shimmer. I'm just going to use my finger, and I'm just going to flip you the bird clearly, and just press it just on the center and inner corner of the lid, just so I can bring a little bit more brightness and a little bit more pop just to that inner portion there. I'm then going to go in with the Mecca Maximus IMAX eyeliner in Brown Eyed Girl, and I'm just going to tight line just underneath the lash line. If you don't know what tight lining is, it's lifting your eye and then just getting in on that wider portion of your eye. It makes my eyes water so badly, and if you're not used to it, you really just have to build up a tolerance. Clearly I am not used to it, so I am just going to just put a little bit on the outer portion of my eye. Woo! That makes me water like you wouldn't believe. But you just need to build up a tolerance to it. And then I'm just going to smoke a little bit of that color just on the outer portion there, and keep it there. And then I'm just going to use a brush to just blend it into the lash line. For mascara, I'm going to be using the Lash Paradise by L'Oreal, and I'm really just going to make sure that I give it a good few coats and really just make sure that I put a lot of that product just at the root of my lash, and then just bring it out. I'm going to pop on a lash, but I just want to make sure that my little blonde eyelashes are coated with some color first. Now, if you want to give your eyes a little bit more definition, but you don't necessarily want to go in with any dark liners and do your waterline and all that sort of stuff, you can go in with a waterproof felt pen. And what you can do is you can draw in little fake lashes just on the bottom of your lash line. And what that does is it just gives your under eye just a little bit more definition and just darkens it up a little bit without you having to put more dark shadow there. And I find I've been doing this a little bit lately, even on my no makeup days. What I'll do is I'll just do a few coats of mascara, and then I'll do this on my bottom lashes and just in between the lashes, and it just gives my eyes a little bit more definition. Going in with my new favorite fluffy lashes. These are by Velvet Lashes, and these are luxury foam ink. They're from a company in Australia, really cool. And they just have the nicest quality lashes. I love them so much. I've been using them in my videos as of late. And as you can see, they're just a really pretty fluffy lash. It looks like a lot, but when you pop it on, it really just sits so nicely. Just really pretty. To warm up my face a little bit, I'm going to go in with the Urban Decay Flushed palette. Now this has been in my kit, well not really in my kit, but in my makeup collection for God knows how long, and I haven't even used it. And I was just checking around and seeing what I needed to throw away, and this thing popped up and I was like, God, I haven't even taken off the plastic. I need to check my makeup collection a little bit more, because I have a lot of stuff I don't use. And the stuff that I don't use, I end up giving to my friends, which is a good thing because I don't like throwing anything out. For highlight, I'm going to go in with the Laura Mercier Fall in Love Face Illuminated Collection. And I'm just going to go in with this champagne color right here. And I'm just going to keep it just at the top of my cheekbone and just all the highest points of my face. I'm really keeping myself light-handed. I don't want it to be too sparkly. But this is a really pretty highlight. I'm not sure if you can even get this anymore. I think it was a limited edition. Now for blush, I'm going to go in with the Josie Moran Coconut Water Cheek Gelée. And this is a really pretty color that you can use everywhere. You can use it on your eyes, you can use it on your lips, you can use it on your cheeks. And it's just going to give you that really beautiful flushed look. And because it's a gel, it's just going to blend into the skin beautifully. And as you can see, I'm even using this on top of powdered products, and it just blends in so nicely. Gives you such a pretty flush. I love that. And just to keep my lips nice and glossy, I'm going to go in with the MAC Lip Glass. This is really pretty to use on its own or even just over a lip color. I have a lip mask on at the moment, so I'm just going to pop this over the top. Keep it really nice and glossy. And a good thing is, because it's that sticky gloss, I find that it lasts most of the day if you're not going to eat or kiss or talk or do anything. But I find that with this particular one, it does last the whole day. You need that sticky factor in order for it to last. Otherwise, the other types of glosses, they tend to sink into your lips a little bit and they move around a little bit, which with this one, it doesn't. It's really good. And just to lock everything in and just give you that extra layer of dew, I'm going to go in with the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. And then I'm just going to pat that in with my beauty blender and make sure that it's really pushed into the skin. This is the final look. What do you think? I think this is just a really pretty everyday makeup look, if you want it to be this extra, that is. But I find that I could wear this anywhere, if I'm going to a wedding, if I'm going to a day lunch, and this is just going to make it look just so nice. I can wear anything with this makeup. Doesn't matter what it is. I can wear something super colorful. I can wear red. I can wear black. This is the good thing about having a really nice, simple eye. You can play it up with a lash and a little bit of a gloss here and there, a little bit of a highlight, and it just matches everything. I hope you guys like this tutorial. If you want to see anything specific, please hit me up in the DMs. Follow me in my reels. Anything else you want to see, hair, makeup, skin related, everyday life, just let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.